the last step is going to be, well, we haven't talked about all the steps, but the last step that I'm going to talk about is actually mounting this top, now that we have it, to the base. Off to SketchUp. Here's our top that we made last time. I've got some weird marks on here. That's just so I know where the center is. It's worth mentioning at this point, by the way, that you should always have this, where the mark is that you're working on, as the bottom of your tabletop. That way, any marks you make, any lines you leave on from drawing, they don't affect anything. They go to the bottom of the table, and unless you're literally lying under the table, you'll never see it. One thing I didn't do, though, we're going to router this. So I'm going to take that and go in by, I don't know, ½ inch, let's say. And then I'm going to make this a chamfer. And you maybe have already done this. And we'll go down ½ inch. There it is. That looks lovely. So this is the bottom of the table. And here's our base. Let's line this all up. I'm going to flip this over. And then I'm going to bring it. And this, of course, has a mark in it as well where the bottom is. Or the center, I should say. And there we are. So there it is. It's upside down. It's currently lined up, if you look at it like that, not correctly. So what you're going to do, the way we're attaching these is with 3 pocket hole screws. I haven't actually drawn those. That's going to be a really shallow angled hole right about here that you're going to end up gluing this to the top, and you're going to put a screw in just to clamp it down while the glue dries. You're going to have that prepped. You're going to place your base that is all ready onto this, and you can see that I really don't like how this looks. I would prefer if these legs lined up with the points. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to rotate it best I can so that the legs line up. You could math this out if you really wanted. I'm just more concerned that I think it looks right. What maybe is going to be tricky to figure out is that these, because they make the sides of the triangle, they don't actually point out directly from the center in 3 points. So it's a little bit tricky to organize your head around, because again, these legs are actually on an angle to this point. But I think that looks all right. At this point, you can glue and screw and do all the stuff. At the end of the day, this is going to be flipped over, and voila, if we look from the top, that's how that lined up. And I'm going to make it just crazy for you. Here we are. Get rid of that. There's the sunlight, except the table's way too low. There we go. There we go. My goodness. So there's the table all finished up. We didn't do everything on this through these tutorials, but we did a lot. Here's, again, where with these notches taken out, whenever you look at the table, depending where you are, it really does appear to be floating, which is a really neat effect. And you could have more of an effect if we just pulled that back further. That's a personal preference. It's not going to affect anything at all. But that is the stable table. It's all done. Congratulations. Hopefully you had fun building it, and we'll do this again.